Hi, Dustin Sagrillo here, Remax of Boulder, listing this property up Coal Creek Canyon, Highway 72, 30690 Colorado Highway 72. And take a look at this. This is the creek that comes through the property. This is the Coal Creek. And over here, this is these two pillars. This is where you enter the property. Once upon a time, this property was part of a much bigger piece of land that had three houses on it, three original houses probably built in the 1920s. This particular one has been split off. It's sitting on about 4 acres all by itself, but they do share this one bridge over the creek. So you come in between the two pillars, and then you come over here down this road. Part of the cool thing about this property is there's plenty of water. As you can see, there's a bit of a valley that comes down. So all that runoff eventually ends up in this pond that runs and continuously throughout the year. The way the property lines are, the pond is actually on the neighboring property, and we'll enter the property line up here as we approach the detached 2-car garage. This lower part of the property is along the creek, and so they've built up this berm for flood mitigation. But where this tire is right here, that's the wellhead. So you can see how close the wellhead is to the creek. People have asked, do we ever run out of water? And the answer is no. Since 1920, at least, they've never run out of water, at least that I'm aware of. So this is the detached 2-car garage. One of the original structures. I'm not sure exactly when it was built, but it could still serve as a 2-car garage for you. This property also has gas, internet, activity, phone line if you needed it, and power. So let's go up and take a look at the house. Okay, so here we are on the front deck, stairs coming up. You can see the wood shed over here to the right. So that's all you have to go. That's as far as you have to go for wood for the winter, once it's all stacked in there. And the owner has created another little pond here, which is just a fun koi pond. There's some plantings and stuff to go around the dam of that, but that's water that's seeping down from the hill, the pond that we saw up the land. You can see how it's coming down through here. So very cool. Once upon a time, these two houses were connected, and this was the summer home for this, or like a guest house. And there's a little path that's still there to go visit the neighbors. Definitely far enough away that you don't even have any interactions with them. Most of the living area on that house is on the other side of it. So yeah, let's go in and take a look on the inside. As you come in, you've got, this is sort of set up as an entryway. You can hang up your coats and jackets. This particular space originally would have been an outdoor porch, and a long time ago it was screened in, and then it had windows. And this owner took the time and put all new Anderson windows in, and that was part of the process after they shored up the foundation, which we've got all the information if you're interested in seeing that. The one thing that's probably stands out the most is that the floors in this house are not level. It is a 1920 made original cabin. Just like the mountains, it's a little hilly, and so is this floor. But once you get used to it, it's actually kind of fun. The floors are beautiful, by the way. This is what they call CVG, clear vertical grain Douglas fir. Again, original floors, and they've been refinished and in beautiful shape. So the main living space in the house here, in the cabin here, has the rock fireplace. These rocks are from the property, and that was put in original. So this would have been 1920 that they built this. The insert is new in the last 3 years. So it's got a brand new fireplace insert, which heats the house on the coldest of days. It also has a full furnace and HVAC system. So we've got kitchen, bathroom, secondary bedroom, and master bedroom, and then back porch. So let's go to the primary bedroom. So here's the primary bedroom. This is a king bed, so you can see it does fit a king size bed. And it has a walk-in closet and with laundry in the closet. So you've got a washing machine and full storage in the bathroom. Okay, so you come back out of the primary, take a right, and you're into the kitchen. Kitchen, sink, appliances, cabinets, everything has been remodeled since she bought the home just a few years ago. Some really nice GE Cafe appliances. Dishwasher was part of that. And as you come through here, there's a pantry. Plenty of storage for everything. And as you come through the pantry, there's a small hallway, and over this way is the bathroom. Bathroom has all been totally redone. It's got a big soaking tub, 2 sinks, some cool barnwood flooring. It has dimmable lighting all throughout. Check that out, so you can have light at whatever you want. Okay, back through here, the hallway, and into the main living room again. Outside, let's take a look real quick. So this is you looking out the back patio, back porch. There we go, up to the Aspen Grove and the valley, and up to the pond that we walked through. And outside of that, we have the second bedroom. It's about 9 by 9. It's a pretty small bedroom. It would work as an office or a small bedroom. The one thing that it lacks is a closet. And if this were my house, I would put a closet door right here and then take up a small bit of that front entryway, split that into 2 closet spaces. Right now the front entry's got 1 big closet, and I would split that into 2, give this a room. It would be legal conforming second bedroom. So it would be 2 bedroom, one full bath, which is pretty cool. And that's the tour. That's the inside. We're doing a little property exploration today just to show what this 4.5 acres, 4 acres has on it. You'll see on the ILC that this is, or the survey, that this is one of 3 wells on the property. We are at the westerly-most well. You can see there's a house here and a house over here. Those are also on the plans. And there's a road right up there. So this is about where the property begins on the west side. And as you come through here, you got a hillside here and a hillside there. So we're really looking at the valley. That's why we say there's not a problem with water on this property. That well that we just looked in, it's about 14 feet deep. It's got about 7 feet of water in it. The well itself is 6 feet around. So I don't know the math of that, but there's a ton of water. There's a valve in there that runs a pipe that goes down and fills up the pond, and we'll show you the pond here. Let's just see if we can make our way to the pond. So now we're entering the part of the original road that gave access to the back part of this property. It actually turns the corner here and goes up. And what I'm guessing is it goes around to the edge of the property over there. We'll have to look at the survey. But this has all been flattened out probably 100 years ago. Still relatively flat. You could definitely drive an ATV on it. Here's the second well that's on the property, and you'll see this one on the survey also. I want to look at this real quick. Yeah, see, this one's got a pipe. Oh, and a valve. Man, the waterworks on this property is so cool. I don't have my giant well stick on this, but I'm guessing it's about the same depth overall. So this is another 6 foot wide by probably 8 feet deep pocket of water, which is cool. And then you can start to see the water that's draining off. And there's a berm here that would have acted as a dam 100 years ago to save some of that water as well. Okay, back up on the road, and we'll come down here. This is a really cool piece of property. I really like this property. You know, a lot of the places that are for sale up here in this price range, and really all around Nederland, all around Rollinsville, Gross Reservoir, beyond that, north of Ned, in this price range, you're lucky if you get an acre. And here you have 4 times that for the same price. Not only that, you've got a fresh, brand new septic system, leach field, and you get all this land and all this water. So here's some more evidence of somebody building some rock structure through here. We're gonna get over this tree. You know what they call a tree like this that's been falling down? Firewood. Okay, so here we are at the beginning of the cool part. Those 2 wells are in line. All that pipe work comes down here, and you can start to see. I can hear it. Let's just go down here. Yeah. There it is. Check this out. Oh my God, this is so exciting. So both of those wells are where this water is coming from. And I think that if we were to get that valve to turn, we could crank that up and there'd be a lot more water coming out. But look at where it's going. This is, you know, more firewood. But this is a whole dam structure right here. And a pond, and the dam has an overflow, which is really cool. Right now, it looks like if we go walk on the dam, you can see down into the pond, and I think it's like 3 feet deep. If you're really into cold plunges, this property has a built-in private cold plunge with fresh moving water. Check this out. Okay, so this is where the beginning of the dam is. You can walk across here. Let's count it off real quick. Coming at you. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Do I do that? 30. I'm going this way. 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, 54, 57, 60 feet wide. Big triangular shape. And these spillways, I'd say another 3 feet deep. And then it would come up over the spillway. This is so much water for being just a little property like this. This is really cool. Yeah, you could clean it out. You could jump in it, clean all that out, have yourself a swimming pool. Cool, huh? All right, you can see these spillways through here, coming down over here. I have no idea what that is or was. Probably a shrine of some kind, which is really cool. I feel like Indiana Jones here. Yeah, down here into this spillway, and then really you could move this water any way you wanted to. So look, there's water that's coming out through there. So it's naturally leaving that dam underneath it. So cool. Well, somebody 120 years ago decided they were gonna do some work, rock work, water work. All right, here we are back on the road again. Walking down, we're probably halfway down to the house right now. Not a lot of properties that have this much land in this price range have accessible acreage. Sometimes you get 5 acres, but it's up the side of a mountain. All right, here we go. Across the way. We're gonna jump the creek at this point. There used to be a bridge here. The bridge is now firewood, but there's not much. You can see just a trickle of water right through here. And what are we? We're at May, almost June. Probably the bulk of the water has already come down. All right, this is the beginning of the aspen grove. You can see the aspens are just now starting to bud out. You can imagine what it's like next month. And then it goes through here in the green meadow, and then beyond to the actual house itself, which is cool. So this road continues on to the next property over. And again, that's because all these properties were one large property originally that sort of took up the whole side of this corner as the road goes. And then the property owner prior split it into 3 different properties, and there's 3 different houses, and they're all about 4 acres. And that's all on the ILC, or the survey as well. So the property line, you can see this tree here has some old fencing on it. That's part of the property line. And it basically goes right down this way and then down and around the pond. And that creates this property. Let's go down and check it out. We'll look back at the aspen grove and see what it's like. Through the gate. Fenced in area. In case you have dogs, you can let them out without letting them all the way out. Fire pit. Back deck does need a little bit of work, but that is for the future owner to complete.